Now, I guess to sum it up, in the alien realization, conceptualization of aliens, taking it from just a knowledge that you're being told from that source that's not really playing games in the world, And your government, the United States government, and whatever governments are telling you as well, and those who have worked intimately with them, be it military or scientists or what have you, whatnot, they're telling you the aliens are real. Yeah, they're not fucking playing games. It's not the National Enquirer. Back in the 80s, they used to say the inquiring minds want to know, and maybe there's a lot of shit that was in there to tell you the truth that was real, but people just took it as a lot of that's like Ripley's Believe It or Not type of stuff, like it's too far reach, and it's too far fetched, But yeah, they're telling you it's real, and it's going down, and we're transitioning from them telling you that it's real to showing you one day how real it is. I think that's the objective. That's the idea. As they incorporate more and more with what we're doing down here and what needs to be done, what's already been done, all that needs to be addressed and it needs to be dealt with. Because we're at a point in human history right now where human beings are going to be history by our own hands if we don't do something to turn this around. Something drastic. Probably at this point, something we can't even really get accomplished all by ourselves because it's just too far gone. Let's say, what do you call it? AI, artificial intelligence. It's supposed to come up with a whole lot of solutions as well. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But I guess at this point, what you got to do, if you want to get your mind together and get your mind wrapped around it, not just having the knowledge of it, and it's kind of like a passive knowledge. You get it, but you don't really get it. It hasn't changed your life in a dramatic way. You're just still going through the motions, your perfunctory ways of doing things and what you do and how you do it. Because you really haven't grasped it, perhaps. And so it really hasn't changed your life. This world is getting ready to change in your lifetime, more than likely. If you're not that having on one foot in the grave already, in your lifetime, more than likely. Who knows? Yeah, you have to be a little crazy. Because at this point, like at many points in the past, but less and less these days, it's because it used to be considered crazy to say that you believe in so-called extraterrestrials. Beings other than human beings that are of a higher intelligence and having an agenda and a regimen and all the rest of that stuff, and self-awareness and all that good stuff. So I guess you're going to have to become a little crazy, It's better to become crazy now than to become crazier later. If there's no, kind of a workshop transitioning point into it. Now I'm hearing from sources on the internet and YouTube that light workers are supposed to help out with the transition somehow, somewhere. Like maybe they're supposed to touch base with us first, then we're supposed to help because we're more acclimated to it, I guess, and more specialized or tweaked to interpret these things and conceptualize these things and handle these things and take these things upon us and then help others with it. So I don't know. I don't think you need any more help than what I'm giving you right now. I think the vast majority of your help is going to come from yourself. But if just ask yourself this question: if you were to just have this thrust upon you all of a sudden, because how would you deal with that? Like, let's say you're walking down the streets, you heard nothing about none of it. I mean, the government said nothing, you heard nothing about the government. There's a lot of people out there who haven't heard of it yet, but now it's catching on more and more. I don't know how much my corporations have to do with it. I remember suggesting, actually, to the United States, the government who follows me around here not too long ago, that they ought to go out there and put a movie out there. And that was before they came out with disclosure. I heard talks about disclosure. I was talking about they had to put a movie out there and put it out there universally and have the rights to it. Going on about the realization of aliens and the actualization of, actuality of aliens and so on and so forth. Now they come out with some disclosure. I don't know how much drama music they're going to have in it. You know, how much entertainment value you're going to have in it, as opposed to just giving you the hard, cold facts. I think it kind of detracts from the whole thing when you put it someplace other than 6 o'clock news. You know, and going on and talking about it, and you have the music in there it's like a movie, or, you know, a presentation, a production. You got the music for, you know, effects, and to tweak your emotions this way and that way. And, you know, I don't know what it is. I guess I'll look it up and see what kind of sneak peek I can get on it. But more than likely, they're going to have some kind of a soundtrack in it and all that. I think it detracts from it. Just like from Congress giving you the cold hard facts like it was in July 2023. And they come up there and they just, look, we're just telling you how it is. And they had, what was his name? David Gersh, the military specialist, whatever he did in the military. He comes out there, he's like, yeah. It's real deal. So anyway, I guess the point was, perhaps you got to become a little crazy before you can become sane. Because right now, the vast majority of people on Earth who, you know, since there's a collective understanding yet, or knowledge yet, you're going on about something like aliens, you know, or maybe a little crazy to the masses who will say, you know, there's no such thing as that. Right? Kind of like the man up on the mountain, looking at all the people down the valley. You know, him being the minority, he's going on about one thing, the majority going on about another thing. So which one is mad? Well, they're both mad, I guess. And which one is sane? Which one is going on about facts and which one is going on about fiction? Well, they say fact is stranger than fiction. Or is it truth? Truth is stranger than fiction.